Larry Sauce Gardner upset that the Lions didn't target him on Sunday. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications, okay? So, apparently the Lions didn't target him once, but, also, he could have slid into the slot and guard the St. Brown, I think. What the fuck is you doing? Boy, females can't drive. I tell you, I hate driving in the suburbs more than the city. They fucking complete idiots. Sorry to say. Like, where do they literally get their license from? That's what I want to know. And then females be doing wrong. They got this dumb face on their face when they driving, when they know they're wrong, when they find they're wrong. Jesus Christ. But like I said before, he could have got his ass in that slot and guarded St. Brown. He didn't. He from Detroit. A lot of people upset that he possibly could be in Detroit the Rookie of the Year. I ain't mad at it. The Jets had a great turnaround. He a huge part of it. But, he definitely benefiting from the front end, for sure. But everybody do. You can't guard nobody in today's NFL without help from the front end. You just can't do it. Back when you could be a little bit more handsy, a little bit more physical, wasn't no 5-yard chuck rule and all that. It was a lot easier on corners. Today, it's down there is, completely different. It's more physical on the college level than it is on the NFL level. And credit to him for making the adjustment. Now, he a local guy. He from Detroit. I think he went to Martin Luther King High School. So I don't have no issue with him winning Rookie of the Year. I don't. I'm happy for the kid. So many times that you see all this charitable stuff going on, Make-A-Wish and all this, but you don't never see them come in the hood. A lot of times they go off to well-off families, and the kids in the hoods don't get an opportunity. And that's what a lot of y'all who don't live in the hood, y'all really can't fathom. And a lot of times the people who ain't never been to the hood, who ain't never lived in the hood, never experienced the hood, be the same ones judging these young people. The jury, the outside public, the judges, the prosecutors. And if you walked a mile in these kids' shoes and knew what they had to go through to get to where a guy like Sauce Gardner is and had to beat the odds, you would have nothing to do but respect it. Most people that don't understand growing up in the inner city, not having no wash areas after practice, have to throw your clothes on. Hopefully the coach can take you home. If he can't take you home, you got to catch the bus. Hopefully after practice you catch the bus before 9 o'clock come when your bus card turn off, or you got to go in your pocket. You got to hope that you got a generous bus driver that's going to still let you slide. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully your mom gave a couple dollars to eat for dinner, or you got, the Bridge card to eat for dinner. Man, I get it. So I'm always going to, I love the Lions, but I'm always going to root for people that come from my community, who defy the odds. Always. And you just ask yourself, how did he get out the great state of Michigan? Anyway. But I'm not mad. And local Aiden Hutchinson from Plymouth, I'm not too far from there right now. If he win it, I'd be ecstatic. But, if you had to ask me my rooting interest, I'm rooting for Sauce Gardner. Hey, it is what it is. He from the city. He from the hood. Sorry. I'm rooting for him to win it. Because I know I've been there before. Having to find a way to practice on Saturday, having to catch the goddamn Finkel bus downtown, and then, get on the whatever, the Mac bus to get to practice and all that. Man, been there before. How I'm going to get the games, you know what I'm saying? So, I understand the struggle, bro. But us avoiding him, he said, I wanted to make a pick six, and I wanted to, show up my hometown. We not going to give you that opportunity. Now, if you wanted to slide in that slot and go guard Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot, hey, you could have slid to the slot. If y'all system don't allow it, so be it. I ain't mad at it, but we hit the tight ends, we hit the backs, we hit the St. Brown in the slot, and that's what we did. It is a sign of respect that we didn't go at him. Take it and run with it. Ain't no point if we don't have to. Hey, we don't have to. He getting better and better in the technique, and obviously people gonna pick through his technique, through the offseason, see if there a weakness at, and he gotta, tighten up his weakness. But, when it comes to the Rookie of the Year race, it's hard when you're talking about Defensive Player of the Year to give it to a pure corner, outside corner. It's hard. Remember Charles Woodson, he won Defensive Player of the Year as like a slot hybrid corner, safety slot, hybrid, safety slash nickelback. He blitzing off the edge, making pick sixes. It was kind of that kind of what Quadre Diggs kind of played for us, like, back in the day, slot safety type, making plays in the run game. It was hard for a pure corner to win awards. Did Darrelle Revis ever win Defensive Player of the Year? Obviously people love stats, pick sixes, picks, pass deflects, tackles, sacks. But, when people don't even try you, try me, in my Dej Loaf voice. When people don't try you, I think that's a stat that say a lot, and, could he been in the conversation for the Lions to draft him? Obviously he good. But when you already got a top 5 corner on your team in Jeff Okudah, and they believed in what he was going to do this, season, he's doing well. People said we got burnt last game and all that, but at the end of the day, he was dealing with an illness. So who knows? But that's something the Lions just got to shore up. And I'm pretty sure they can. But yeah, he could have been a candidate, but we needed pass rush. And right now, with Josh Pascal, in and out the lineup, Charles Harris out the lineup, you know what I'm saying? Romeo just coming back, Julia in and out the lineup. You wasn't banking on James Houston playing as well as you. A. Hudson, I think it was a no-brainer at that point. Now, if they wanted to acquire a second pick and get up there how to get him, can't argue, but I think he landed in a great spot with New York. His earning potential is unlimited, but you can avoid a cornerback. One of the reasons why a lot of people make the case against them winning Rookie of the Year, you can avoid a cornerback and still win the game. Yeah, Deion could take away a player. They're talking about one half of the field. No, Deion could take away a player. Revis can take away a player. Guess what? I got other options. I can go to the back out the backfield. I can go to the tight end. I can go to the, even if you got 2 great corners, guess what? I can attack the backers. I can line them up in the slot. They go to, I can line them up off the line of scrimmage, put them in motion, put them in bunches. It's a way to avoid that, but corners just don't have the impact that pass rusher had. So that's something to chew on. But yeah, we avoided them, so be it. That was the game plan, and I'm pretty sure it was by design. It wasn't no accident that we ain't going to our Sauce Gardner, Shit, it was the game plan. If he was going to go to the slot to St. Brown, it'd have been interesting. Then they would have went outside to on DJ Reed. But they did beat DJ Reed down. He said Jameson pushed off. I didn't see that. But I don't really remember. I just remember Jared Goff underthrew him. That's all I remember. I remember Jared Goff just underthrew him. Had he put that ball out there further, he underthrew, and obviously it's an adjustment period. He underthrew him on the Vikings touchdown. He had to wait for that ball to drop in there. He had to wait for it. So, I don't know if it's just, we ain't really worked together a lot, and I ain't expect him to be that fast coming off the injury. Imagine if the motherfucker come 100, excuse my language, and get 100%, how fast he gonna be. So you gotta, it's kind of like Tyreek. You just gotta put it all the way out there. And I think he learning that, like, you can't underthrow this kid. Put it in front of him. He gonna go. That should have been 7. That was an opportunity that was missed. That should have been 7. Had he dropped that ball in further, shit, even towards the back of the end zone, shit, that probably would have had a good chance of being 7. Underthrew him. So that's something that they should be doing one-on-ones. I was listening to somebody was talking about how Brady and Tampa Bay don't do one-on-ones with Ty Bowles. They just don't do one-on-ones with their receivers. They were talking about how critical that is. And of course that's critical. Just you and the receiver, you want to see where he breaking at, where he like the ball at. Hey, if this dude coming here, I'm going to put it here. The one-on-ones, I remember you hear stories of Drew Brees, sitting out there on their bye weeks when they not practicing or whatever. He sits out there and he just playing imaginary football. by itself, no football, just out there, just imagining it and just going through the motions and looking where to put. You know what I'm saying? That's critical, bruh. So him and Jared Goff, you need to do some one-on-ones. You know, it's gonna be imperative that they get out there and do some one-on-ones. You know, you don't want to put too much workload on him. He finally kind of getting sore and all that stuff and figuring that out, but yeah, you know, Sauce Gardner, I mean, shit, it is what it is. Get used to it. You know, you're going to have to start moving around on safety. I mean, moving around on tight ends and slot corners and all that type of stuff. So you're going to have to get used to, you know, that's respect. But it's hard for a DB to get in there and it's hard for a DB to get in there and win Defensive Player of the Year or have a chance at winning MVP, defensive MVP, MVP of the league, because, you know, Charles Woodson, you know, being Defensive Player of the Year, I'm not sure how many corners have been. I'm pretty sure there's been quite a few. He was in the nickel/safety position, so he was, you know, helping in the run game, blitzing. You know, he was doing an amount of. I remember he made some plays in Ford Field versus the Lions that year. So, you know, I think moving around is the only way that he gonna get them stats to get where you need to get at. But yeah, I'm pulling for him to win it over Sauce, and I told my bias why. I'm gonna let you know where I am by, but you know, over Aiden Hudson. But you know, I pull for Aiden Hudson too. I'd be happy whoever winning. You know, Hudson has been a monster. Kayvon Thibodeaux had a monster night. He probably getting healthy. They're a playoff team, and you know, but Aiden Hutchinson, I'm gonna talk about him later on. He's been everything you wanted and more. You know, and he ain't had too much help neither. He lost Charles Harris. It was just him and Harris. You know, Pascal been in and out. Julian been in and out. Austin Bryant ain't did shit for real. James Houston, they pulled him out the deep freezer. He pretty good. Romeo just came back, so he ain't really had consistent help. But I think they number one mission in this offseason is to go in there and get somebody in the middle of that defensive line. I think it's imperative. I think you have to take I think people not gonna like me saying this, bonus talk. I think you take all your collateral you got, no matter how much it is, you go get that kid from Georgia. You know, and you don't worry about Levi Onwuzurike. I don't even consider him an option right now. I'm going to go ahead and consider him a lost cause. Whatever he can give us is a bonus. Get that kid from Georgia, and if, you know, Onwuzurike back, get 100% healthy, them two together in the middle of that defense with Hutchinson. And this is why I don't really believe in, you know, spending a lot on free agency, because you have to pay some of these guys you're getting in. You know, it's going to be a minute, but you have to pay some of these dudes you're getting in. So, I mean, it's my opinion real quick. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.